Welcome back to the show, everyone. Episode 11. I got another guest here, my buddy Joe. Probably heard me mention him a couple times in previous episodes. We've known each other for, 5 years now?
I think it's less than that, but it feels like 5 years.
Yeah. I mean, we get deep on conversations. So you guys had a nice light episode on Friday, and here comes the conspiracies again. Every time I talk to this guy, we end up talking about, consciousness,
aliens,
all kinds of other stuff. I got him in the studio today. First guest in the new studio, so welcome.
Thank you. It is just beautiful in here.
Thanks, man. It's also going to get really hot in here with body heat.
That's all right. It's like Mona Lisa's smile in here.
What, mediocre?
Yeah. Really small.
Was that a dude? I was reading into that, and they were like...
It was a distant relation to Caitlyn Jenner.
Because they were saying who painted it? Like Da Vinci?
Da Vinci, yeah.
They were saying that was Da Vinci. Like he painted himself or something?
As a woman.
But maybe he just looked like that.
Well, Da Vinci's really interesting because in some of his paintings, he actually depicts UFOs in the background of a lot of these religious pictures. So, it's not like this is a phenomenon that's happening currently, but it happened thousands of years ago too.
Well, yeah, that's like all those ancient people were painting like spaceships and people with big heads and big eyes, and then everyone now is like, oh, it's just just their artwork. They didn't know how to draw.
Yeah, they were just playing with their shit.
Yeah,
finger painting.
Yeah, and I go, and the other thing, dude, is how does the Chinese have the same paintings as the Aztecs? And it's like, how are you
Egyptians?
How are you cheating off another kid in class if you don't even live in the same? They're not even in the same classroom.
No, and supposedly they didn't even have technology to talk to one another or travel to one another. So there must have been something that was showing them the same things.
Yeah, because it goes from like cave paintings to like people throwing spears at buffaloes, and then you have the big heads and the UFOs, and you go, okay. And I mean, if all you have is a rock to draw with, you're just gonna kind of be like, this is what I saw.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna draw what you know and talk about what you know. I mean, even the Native Americans, they have legends of people getting sucked up into the sky. Look at Ezekiel, a wheel within a wheel. Even if you want to talk about Christianity, Jesus ascended into heaven.
Right. And I was trying to tell my buddy Mike this. I had him on episode, I think it was 8, and I was like trying to tell him that, he was saying what's the pastor gonna preach on Sunday when the aliens come? But I'm like, well, if you look at the text, wheel within a wheel, what the heck does that mean?
Well, I think that if disclosure, that's what we crazy people in the UFO world call it, disclosure.
Right.
If disclosure actually happens, there will be a massive paradigm shift. If you think about it, the Mormons believe that when you die, you get your own planet, right? So if Christianity is true, Jesus would have had to go and die on every single planet where there is intelligent life, unless they are soulless beings. So if these aliens come down and say, oh yeah, we know Jesus, he died for us too. Great. Christianity is real.
Will they knock on your door with a pen in the pocket going, we want to tell you about Joseph Smith?
They could.
They go, hey, sorry we parked our craft in your driveway. We just want to let you know a few scriptures.
What's worse, Jehovah's Witnesses or Muslims? I mean, not Muslims. I mean, Mormons. They begin
Sean Madden comedy does not affiliate with anything that is... No, I don't know, man. Half my mom's
Whoever
family,
knocks on your door less.
Well, I have Muslim friends, and you always like mess with them, like, let's go get a bacon cheeseburger, stuff like that. But half my mom's side of the family, not my mom, but like her side of the family, heavy Mormons. One of them's a bishop.
What does that mean? How old do they have to be to be a bishop? Is this one where you can be like a kid and be a bishop, or if you're a bishop in the Mormon church, you can marry a kid? Which one is it?
I have no idea. See, I went to the service once, and everyone's like, this is Brother Tobias. This is Sister whatever. And I'm
the Mormons...
It's a wild, bro.
Just like Tom Hanks and all these famous people that are... Chrissy Teigen, they're all into, the weird, being with little children. I don't know what that's about. But it's the Mormon church is all about that. It's gross.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know the Mormon church was, because I know Mormons that have families and
the Latter-day Saints.
It seems like they have their shit together.
No. Well, I don't know. The ones in Utah are all messed up.
They got a lot of bread though.
And they do. They're just stockpiling.
Do you think when you hit $1 billion or or you're a celebrity and you're not even like a celebrity. I'm talking about like the people that are so high up in Hollywood that you almost just become a fucking whack job just because you can't have a normal conversation. This is why I had a bit about, like if I went over to like Thanksgiving or if ever I told someone like, I never tell anyone really, but if someone's like, oh, here's my friend Sean, he's a comedian. And then someone's like, do you want to be famous? Like my aunt, you want to be famous? And it's like, I want to sell tickets, but you don't want to be famous. You know what I'm saying? It's like people are like, oh, Justin Bieber's doing 120 in his neighborhood. I'm like, yeah, he's getting away from you fucking psychos.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like you want to get a cup of coffee and someone starts crying in front of you.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Like if you're like, hey, can I get a mocha latte? And people are like, oh my God, it's fine, it's fine. People start crying in front of you, dude. That would be like, get away from me. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's a combination. I think, number one, in order to get famous, I think you probably have to do a lot of shitty things in order to really, truly get to that level.
You're talking about that level.
Yeah, I'm talking
but not if you're
that
like,
level.
But if I'm like, because bands and stuff, you can tour without.
Yeah, but I think
Getting
that
weird.
when you get some sense of notoriety or fame, I think you get bored with the mundane really easily. So you have to start doing crazy things. I mean, do you think Ozzy Osbourne just bit the head of a bat because he wanted the attention? He probably did it, one, because number one, he's probably a little bit psycho, but two,
right.
That's just, he needed a new experience. Everything else he did, he'd done all the drugs.
The Ferrari is no longer exciting.
No, I'm going to bite the head of a bat, or I'm going to join a satanic cult. I mean, that's what I'm going to do.
Right. And that's what's depressing about, like, you ever achieve the goal and you're like, that's it?
Yeah,
you're like, really?
What's next? Yeah.
You're like that was it?
It's like going to the Grand Canyon. You're like, oh, I want to see this. This is going to be epic. You get there and you're just like, well.
Yeah, it's a hole.
And I'm not going to climb it.
Yeah. If you go enough, you're like, I'm going to climb this bitch.
Yeah. But then you climb it, and then what? You're done.
Yeah.
You go to Vegas and
you got to keep. That's why you got to keep setting goals. That's what I've learned. People are like, set goals, write your goals, set your goals, and it's like, you think it's like corny, but dude, I thought the Laugh Factory was the end all be all.
Yeah.
If I'm honest, and when I got off stage and we all went home, I'm like, I got work in the morning.
Yeah.
Like that was it, bro. And I was like, it's almost, I don't want to say that I hate we're using the word depressing, but you're like, what's the next thing?
I was so bummed that I couldn't see you at Laugh Factory, because when I flew out to California, we saw you at Bert's Back Room, which if you don't know, it's the size of this closet. And everyone there was pretty terrible.
Rest in peace to Bert's Back Room.
Yeah.
But it was a good room to like
to
practice your jokes. But yeah, that whole thing ended pretty poorly.
Everybody had to pay to get in. You had to pay to say your jokes. We had to pay to get in.
Yeah, that's the scam.
Yeah.
$5 for 5 minutes.
Yeah, gosh.
Yeah, and then you're like, you're like, all right, well, I said my stuff, and you go, I'm going to stay up here for 2 more minutes because it's not like you're going to give me my $2 back.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, dude.
Crazy. But, I have always been so like a champion of you and your progress. I know you set goals. I mean, the Comedy Store, Laugh Factory, I was such an honor when I was able to do that Top Gear bit with you when I got the Porsche and we just drove around Malibu.
Oh, dude, that was sick.
And what the funny story is, what people don't know is we're driving around Malibu, and after we were coming down from this like massive canyon, Sean and I were both so sick, just like getting ready to puke.
Dude, I didn't want to say anything.
I know you did.
I was like,
finally I did, and he's like, "Oh man, I'm glad you're feeling like shit too."
Yeah, so Joe comes through. I'm like broke. I'm in LA, just living gig to gig, and
I roll up with a Porsche.
Joe comes through with a Porsche. He's like, "Yeah, we're gonna go to Malibu," and I'm like, "Bro, I don't." Like, all right, let's go. We jumped in the Porsche. We end up just tearing up the canyons. This is what I don't get about the rental cars is because we used to, after you did that, you opened the gates of hell for me because we started doing that. Once a month,
Really?
we would rent like crazy cars and just go up there. And the rental, like what was the Porsche for the day? $160?
It was really cheap. I had it for like 3 days.
Dude, we did $160 worth of damage to it.
Totally.
That's what I don't get. Yeah. It's like, you're giving me this car because we got a one of those new Stingrays.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
And dude, it was like $190 or something, and I'm like, there's no
with the insurance on it.
And I go, there's no tread left on the tires. So each tire is $300 themselves.
Yeah.
So these people are idiots.
It's crazy. But it was so funny because we got like so deathly sick and we're driving back up the canyon and we're like, you want to get some ice cream? And then we drove to the Palisades and got ice cream right after that.
Dude, when we after we got down from the canyons and we were like, you had like the the Top Gear supercar experience. Yeah. Then we just kind of looked like two queers.
Yeah,
just riding around Malibu.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick.
I was like, we're eating ice cream in front of a Porsche. And I go, just a couple of straight guys eating ice cream in a convertible.
So true. But it was fun.
It was sick, bro. And I still have the videos, man. There's nothing like it out there, dude. No. Something about Malibu.
Yeah.
But it draws just the most idiotic people.
It does. There's a lot of murders up there. I see, because I follow this woman, her name's CeCe Woods, and she's like the Malibu reporter. She was born there, all that. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of people like, they'll kill someone in Hollywood or wherever, and they'll just drop them in Malibu because it's in the middle of nowhere. Like they'll go up to like Malibu State Park, or they'll go up to like Agora Hills, and they'll just dump some guy in the middle of the street.
Well, Joe, listen, if I got murdered and someone buried me in Malibu, hey.
Not a bad day.
Yeah, exactly.
You hit one of your goals.
Yeah, you're buried, where does he lie?
They're
like, we found him in Malibu. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, after he was driving his Porsche, eating some ice cream.
A cliffside burial.
Oh, God. It's funny because I remember when we lived in LA at different times.
Right.
And I remember when I first moved to LA, all my friends thought I was crazy because I believed in UFOs, and they just did not believe me. And I remember I was on I was heading towards Oxnard, the 101. I don't remember what highway it was, but anyway, I was right near the military base in Oxnard, and I was with a few of my friends, and I freaking saw a UFO on my way to Oxnard, and they all thought I was full of shit. Always. Like they always, I mean, most people, if you meet me, think I'm full of shit, but they saw it too, and that's what made them believers.
And they were like, all right.
Yeah. They were like, okay, you're into something. And then after that, for them, now they'll text me still to this day that they see him. It's like it opened a doorway for them. Like it's like you start looking at the phenomenon, and the phenomenon starts looking back at you.
Yeah, I think I've only seen one.
Really? Tell me about it.
I was in North Carolina, Emerald Isle, and it was Nancy and I. It was like 1 a.m. We're on the back deck.
Well, I know Nancy believes in UFOs.
Right. We are. I mean, that's why I like her, because it's like you could literally.
That's why I like her too.
Discuss anything.
Yeah.
So we're up on it's like one of those really nice beach houses, and we were on the third floor balcony deck. It's like just dead silent. You could see all the stars. Like one of those nights where it's like you could see.
It's perfect.
You could see the Milky Way. I've never seen it like that before, and you're just like, what is that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, just like. And it was just this purple, like, light. And it shook the entire house. And it was like the loudest thing I've ever heard.
See, it's funny you say that.
But I thought they were quiet.
That's what I'm thinking is military.
But what kind of craft was that? Because it was just this purple ball, bro. Listen, and everyone came running up and they were like, what the fuck was that? And I go, if I told you, you wouldn't believe me.
I want to be careful with what I say, but okay.
I know where you're going.
Let me tell you my first UFO encounter. Okay. I was 12 or 13, just moved to my new house in Massachusetts a long time ago, and my dog got loose. And I don't know if I told you this story, but my dog got loose. We went into the woods to find him, me, my dad, my neighbor, and my neighbor's daughter. Mm-hmm. Walked into the woods, and all of a sudden, I felt like the static electricity in my hair and my arms stood up, and I knew that was real because I got a lot of hair on my arms, and I was standing up. And I look up, and maybe about a football field 100 yards up was this massive circular thing just silently hovering with lights all under it and just hovering over, like slowly moving just like this, and we all witnessed it. We all saw it. So we freaked out, and we ran back to our house. We were having a bonfire. And the way that it came over, it had to have come over my house. Like everyone at my house would have seen it because we're all outside. So I come back and they're like, guys, where have you been? You've been gone like 25 minutes. And we're like, no, we've been gone 5 minutes. Like went to the woods, came back. They're like, no, look at your watch. You've been gone 25 minutes. I said, no, look at our watch. We've been gone 5 minutes. We had 20 minutes of missing time.
You think you got like time warped or some shit?
I don't know.
On accident?
It was me, my dad, my neighbor, and my neighbor's daughter. We had 20 minutes of missing time. And then about 5 minutes later, my dog came running out of the woods. After that, it changed my world.
Was it
everything.
microchipped?
I have no idea. I don't know. He died. He died like 5 years ago, but it changed. It turned like what I thought was only in movies to an actual real world like obsession. Like if I had a $10 million, if I had $10 million, I would devote my life to the research of trying to find out what this stuff is. But I will say, think about this. They were testing drones in the 1930s.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So drones are now really just commonplace here in the United States.
Yeah, now you get one at Best Buy.
So imagine what has been tested now, the technology we have. You know, when we talk about breakaway civilizations, I don't know if you've ever dove into that.
Dude, I'm into all
If you
this
talk
stuff.
about breakaway civilizations, right? The biggest breakaway civilization we have is the United States military and the United States government and all the secret programs they have. I mean, when Donald Rumsfeld, right before 9/11, said we have $20 trillion. I don't know if that's the exact number. We have $20 trillion missing. What's this?
I think it was 3.2 trillion.
$3.2 trillion
Which
missing.
it doesn't matter. Once you hit a trillion, it's fucking monopoly.
We already
money.
owe everything to China anyway. What does it matter?
Yeah.
So $3.2 trillion missing. It's not just missing. It's in black projects. What is it called? Unacknowledged special access programs.
Yeah.
That's where that money is. And then what? 20 hours later, the planes hit the World Trade Center.
Mm-hmm.
Is that? I mean, I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist.
No,
but
I know, dude.
$3.2 million is missing, and then planes hit the Trade Center.
That's where I'm at in life, dude. If you can't acknowledge that the actual, I'm not even going to say inside job, if you can't acknowledge that what the media told you about September 11th, and you think that's 100% true, then I can't even move forward with you.
Listen, I've said this before. If 3% of what I believe is true, we live in a fucked up world. Period.
Yeah, 1.2%.
That's it.
No, I'm with you, man.
I mean, okay, you can't look at videos of 9/11 and watch the projectiles come from the buildings or watch Building 7 just implode on itself when it wasn't hit with anything and say, well, normal. Like, makes sense to me.
Right.
What fucking planet are you on?
Well, bro, they literally were like thermite in the dust.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know, it's a steel cutting agent.
My favorite, not my favorite, because I don't want to use that word, but the craziest part of 9/11 is some Joe freaking schmo was digging out the rubble, and he just happened to find the passport of the Saudi Arabian man that flew the plane into the World Trade Center. So you're telling me, here's the plane. Here's the building. He sits right here, okay? Everyone at home, you're looking at this. He sits right here.
Front seat.
At the front seat. He smashes in. The plane implodes, and just the passport's just like, do, and just floats down onto the rubble.
What kind of case was it in?
Are you? Like, yeah.
No, that's more believable than what I saw. The news reporter held it up and goes, "We found the hijacker's passport on the sidewalk, if you can believe that." He even said that. If you can believe that.
No, I can't fucking believe that.
Dude, I was like 9 when it happened, and I'm like, this is just some horse shit,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah, I was actually in Orlando watching it live on vacation.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And, okay, number one, do you believe it was a plane?
Into the Twin Towers, yes.
Okay, I agree too.
Into the Pentagon?
No.
Fuck no.
Absolutely not. Why is it that they just won't release footage of what hit the Pentagon? Like, why not?
Because you know why, Joe.
I know, but I'm just saying, I'm just posing the question.
No, I know.
It's bullshit. Because, I mean, it was probably a missile that hit the plane, and then they just dumped the other plane into the ocean.
Right.
You know, but then you get into a bigger conspiracy because I think it was an American Airlines flight.
Well,
was American Airlines involved?
Yeah. I don't know. I fly Southwest. They never did me wrong.
I fly Delta. I'm not changing now.
Bags fly free, bitch.
Yeah.
But where's the rubble? I didn't even think we were going to talk about 9/11, but where's the...
Look at Pennsylvania. Where's the plane? Where's the fuselage?
Where's the rubble in the Pentagon?
Yeah, nowhere.
They go, it blew up. I go, there's not a wheel. There's not a seat. There's not a piece of luggage.
Nothing.
What fucking Swiffer sweeper did they use to clean that up?
Yeah, they used a Dyson on that bitch.
Yeah, for real.
No, but seriously, Pennsylvania, when that plane supposedly just smashed into the ground, all you see is a burnt hole. And if you compare that to other plane crashes around the world, you see tires, you see bodies scattered, blood scattered.
Yeah, it's a gruesome scene, but there was nothing.
This was just like I took a big firecracker and lit it in the ground.
It just looked like a bomb just hit, and that was it.
But then you think about it. Say the Pennsylvania one wasn't a plane, it was a bomb.
Okay.
What went wrong? Why did it land in a field in Pennsylvania?
You think maybe they were like, oh shit, this plan didn't go the way we thought. We gotta like, because they were at the point, especially back then, where they could just be like, you know, okay,
and they had drills going on that same day. How was that possible? They had terrorism drills, hijack drills going on that same day. So the reason the fighter jets didn't respond right away was because they thought it was part of the drill.
Well, because that's the thing. If you or I took over a plane and we went off course even like 10 miles, they would scramble the jets immediately.
Ground everything. Look at that wacko in Seattle. That was like, I've used a flight simulator, and he friggin' gets into a jet, starts it up, flies away, and then he crash lands it and died. I don't know if you heard about that. The guy was crazy.
No, I don't know.
Yeah. He gave all the ATC air traffic control recordings, and the guy's like, can this thing do a loop-de-loop? It's crazy. But they grounded everything. They scrambled fighters. But on the most important day in history, okay, question. Let's say the plane at Pennsylvania was a plane. Okay? Or fine. Let's say that it wasn't. Let's play a game. What if it wasn't? What about all those phone calls we have of Jimmy and Bobby and Susie who are trying to fight off the terrorists?
And you still can't make a damn phone call.
Are they all crisis actors?
I don't know.
Are they? I'm getting too Alex Jonesy, but
I know, but Joe, like, it's common knowledge, bro. Like, if I'm 36,000 feet, bro, I can't call you.
No. They used to have phones in planes, didn't they?
Bro, but like they were saying like they were calling on people's cell phones, and I'm like,
oh,
dude,
yeah,
I
that's
can't
bullshit.
even get service with Sprint in Florida.
No, on sea level.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to me. So I want to say this: 9/11 happened for what it's worth, and a lot of people died that didn't need to die. I believe that.
Oh, 100%.
I believe that, and I just don't believe that we're being truthful. And I hope that President Trump can help bring some honesty back to our country, some transparency.
He knows, dude. Didn't you see when he was saying like those were explosives? He was saying like I don't know how the buildings could fall. They weren't built to fall like that. And then what's even crazier is I was talking to my buddy Mike on episode 8 was a lot of people don't know Trump's uncle was the guy that was the first on the scene when Tesla died.
Yeah, I do know that.
So guess what he saw?
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
But that's just crazy to me. I mean,
it's all connected, dude. It's like, what's that rule of threes?
Yeah, the law of three.
Like, you know someone that knows someone that, like, it's all, like, everyone's so close together, bro.
What's going to happen? I mean, I don't know. How are people so dead to realize that there's crazy shit going on?
Because they only see what's in front of them.
I mean, but even the news reports on this crazy stuff. Like, you know, call QAnon crazy, but I mean, look at all the shit that happened. Look at Jeffrey Epstein. He had a honeypot island in the Virgin Islands where he brought Bill Clinton to, all these crazy people, you know, to try to entrap them.
It's all blackmail, yeah.
I mean,
the entire world is run off blackmail.
Ghislaine Maxwell, let's talk about her. She was front and center news. Ghislaine Maxwell arrested. Ghislaine Maxwell in custody.
Still no mugshot.
When's the last time I heard anything about Ghislaine Maxwell? She was going to, you know, spill her guts, say names. It was taken over. Guess what happened right after? COVID. The whole...
I thought she got arrested. No, she got arrested during this.
Was it?
Yeah.
But what happened? It's gone.
No, the last time I saw it was a couple days ago. The Virgin Islands president or ambassador, whatever, I don't even know who their ruler is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Governor.
But let's just say that, yeah, they were like, nah, let us see the flight logs. So now they're involved. because they're like, this was happening on our
Right.
land.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But what happened to her spilling? Where is she? Like, whoa, is she telling the whole story?
Dude, she's at In-N-Out.
Yeah, I know, right? That's crazy.
Yeah. I think Epstein's still alive.
People say Osama bin Laden's still alive. They say he's in Bahamas. Because Osama bin Laden worked for the CIA.
Yeah. Tim Osmond.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? And Michelle Obama's a man. Let's just keep going down this rabbit hole. Like,
dude,
seriously.
when I posted Michelle has a dick, I went from I think 14,000 followers to like 10,000. I was like, damn it.
Well, look, I don't care. Like, I don't care what skin color you are. I don't care what sexual orientation you claim to be. I don't care. I'm more of a libertarian where you do you, right? I don't care.
No, dude, that's the thing. Like, I have my strong opinions, but at the end of the day, I don't give a shit.
Yeah. You want to chop off your dick?
Go for it.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to lose one of the most valuable toys you'll ever play with, but sure. But when you need to cover it up, like Michelle Obama and all of that stuff, like when you have to start changing and lying and not being true to who you are, that's messed up. You know, that's just messed up. Can you imagine? Think about this. Think if Hillary Clinton got elected and Bill Clinton was the vice president. I mean, not the vice president, the first husband.
Yeah.
Think about how many bitches he would be screwing as the vice president back in the Oval Office. He'd be like, honey, I'm home. You know, like.
Yeah, dude, I don't even think we'd be talking right
No.
now if she was president.
What's going to happen when Trump wins? What do you foresee?
Is he going to?
I don't think there's a way for him not to.
That's the thing, bro. Like,
I don't think Joe Biden can win.
But I'm saying, like, you know how
Russia's got our
the
back.
media is not on anyone's side except for theirs. So
Except Fox.
Even they're bought off, bro. You saw the thing with Soros.
Yeah.
So
How
I
can
don't know.
Biden win, though? He's so incompetent. He can't even formulate a complete sentence.
But it's not even about that, dude. It's like, if Trump wins, they're going to say he didn't, regardless. Do you know what I'm
tried to
saying?
do that last time. They were talking about the popular vote.
Right.
The popular vote hasn't mattered in 100 years. Why are we talking about that?
I don't know, man. I just think it's going to get messy regardless.
There'll be more riots. There'll be...
Yeah.
It's just so stupid. Just shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down.
Dude, this is what I talked about.
Work your job.
What I talked about last episode was we should just divide the country.
California's already trying to do it.
I hope so. I hope they break off and just float away.
Yeah. Or an earthquake comes. Yosemite blows up.
Dude, the fault line's right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, if California's like, we're going to secede from the whatever union or some bullshit. I go, okay, you guys are already on your own planet.
Yeah.
They're talking about banning all gas-powered cars by 2030.
I saw the governor came out the other day and said that.
And I'm like, dude, you guys can't even keep the lights on now. So what are you...
You have the largest homeless population in the country.
Yeah, and they're banning electric cars.
And let's just use our Teslas. I don't even think Elon Musk is that retarded.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the whole goal with Elon was solar panels on the roof, charging your car.
I would love that.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Do you think Elon is a part of MK Ultra like Kanye West?
I have my own opinions about Elon. I've been in the same room with him, dude.
Really?
Yeah, when I worked at Solar City, it was it's now Tesla Solar, but it was his cousin's company.
Interesting.
Lyndon Rive.
Oh, okay. I know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I think Elon's like, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Let's shut this down.
But seriously, Kanye West runs for president. Like, everyone was like, oh, this is great. This is great.
Right.
The guy's clearly mentally unstable. Okay, look at this. You got Britney Spears, who's a whack job.
Uh-huh.
You got Kanye West, who's a whack job.
Right.
You have Macaulay Culkin, whack job. You have all these
Is he a whack job, though?
Well, you brought that up to me about Neverland Ranch and the queue
in the front yard.
In the front yard, how Michael Jackson could have been misunderstood. I don't know, but it's pretty compelling.
Here's the thing: it's like everyone's so quick to have an opinion,
but didn't
it's like,
Macaulay Culkin have a band that sings all about pizza?
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure he did.
I'll have to look into it.
I'm gonna Google it right now as you continue to talk. I think he had a band that just sang about pizza. Isn't that crazy? I can't find my phone. I don't know what
that is weird. And people listening, I mean, my audience knows that I'm into some of this stuff, but yeah, that Pizzagate thing is wild, man.
I don't know how to spell Macaulay. How the hell you spell Macaulay?
It's MCCU.
Culkin Pizza Band.
I'm not sure.
Yep. He has a band called the Pizza Underground.
All right. That's
Are you kidding
right
me?
on the money, bro.
Are you kidding me?
Do you think he's a part of that, or do you think he was trying to say it without saying it?
So I'm going to just throw my thought out there. I think Macaulay Culkin, I think something happened to him, for sure. Whether it was from Michael Jackson or whatever, I think some type of abuse did happen with him. And I think that the Pizza Underground might be his like outreach tool to help, like the Underground Railroad and Harriet Tubman and all that. Maybe
Right.
it's kind of the same thing where he's trying to help, but I think
Comet Pizza was like in a basement.
he doesn't have a basement. Comet Pizza didn't have. Oh, did it have a basement?
Yeah.
Well,
Downstairs they had the ping
but
pong
they didn't
tables and the server.
What's what's the guy's name that owned Comet Ping Pong?
Was it Jason Aldean?
Alessandro or something?
Something like that.
Ali G?
I say Jason Aldean is like a country singer.
Don't start that.
It's all tied in.
Yeah.
It's all tied in.
It's a conspiracy.
It's a lie.
No, but what's crazy is the guy that came in and shot up Comet Ping Pong, guess what he shot up? He shot up the servers that they had in a closet. So what I believe...
Oh, not the pizza. People serving the pizza. The actual...
server. No.
Like a computer server.
Computer server.
Yeah, okay. I was like, wait, he shot all the servers.
I believe...
God, they're just trying to do their job.
I know. I believe the guy who shot up Comet Ping Pong was actually part of a disinformation campaign that came in there to shoot up Comet Ping Pong and be like, see? There's nothing here. This guy probably went to jail or didn't go to jail. And it was supposed to be like this crazy guy went in and he listened to all these QAnon conspiracies and nothing's there and he shot up an innocent business. But I think someone actually made him go in there once everything was cleaned up.
Like a sleeper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%.
Well,
but he shot up servers.
That's what's crazy, bro, is the sleeper assassin. And they put that stuff on mainstream.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I remember playing, it's like a few years ago, Call of Duty Black Ops. Like, in story mode, they would keep playing these numbers, 3, 1, 5, whatever it was. And then
they call them number stations.
And then your character would, like, have these flashes of, like, assassinating the president.
Do you know there are still number stations to this day in the country? They're on, like, AM or different UHF channels, like truckers type channels and stuff.
Okay.
Where it just repeats numbers over and over and over, and they're codes.